My name is Olivia Jensen, and today I'll be giving an informative speech and a public speech at that on alcohol and the effects that alcohol can have on your life, on your family's lives, and how you should just really be cautious of the effects that it can have. I really recommend that you get educated on alcohol and how detrimental it can be. I know many people who have had their lives, their marriages, their relationships completely ruined because alcohol is extremely dangerous, and a lot of people fall into the trap of becoming an alcoholic because they're simply not educated on the topic. People get involved with alcohol thinking that it's something fun, something that can take their mind off of stress of life, but truly alcohol is something that you need to be really careful with. If you're not careful, it can become something that you're extremely dependent on. It can become something that you obviously can become extremely addicted to. I spoke with a few people, one of them being one of my own family members, Peter, and he just talked about how his life was really in shambles before he stopped drinking and became sober. He would be extremely dependent on it, waking up, realizing that that was the only thing he was looking forward to in life, and obviously because alcohol is a substance and it's not God, that it left him completely empty. It left him robbed of a marriage. It left him with broken relationships with his children. It left him in trouble at work. And he recently got sober, and he said that ever since he's been sober, his life has been clean cut and extremely put together. He now attends Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and he's a part of an organization called YANA, which stands for You Are Never Alone. So there's always something you can do. There's always people who are struggling just like you are, and you need to find a community in which you feel safe. You have a safe place to share your struggles, and you just have a safe place to be. And nobody's perfect. People still mess up who are in Alcoholics Anonymous. But the thing is you need accountability. So I recommend that if you're not 21 years old, you obviously should not drink because that's the legal drinking age in the United States. But if you are going to drink, I suggest that you don't do it as something that's recreational. Some people drink socially, they'll go out to dinner and have a glass of wine, and that's fine. But if you can't be responsible with something, then you shouldn't get involved. Alcohol is just like anything else. Drugs or sex or things that people become extremely addicted to, and that always comes from a lack of knowing. People don't get involved with things that they know are troublesome usually, but if you are prepared and you have education about the topic and you know, it can be so much more helpful for you in the long run. You can put your time and your energy toward other things, so that's also very encouraging. Also, alcohol can really damage your body, not only your social life and your relational life, but can be extremely damaging to your liver. There have been many people who have died at a younger age than they should have because of the effects that alcohol has. I talked to a woman named Jennifer, and she lost her her father Warren to alcohol abuse because it really damaged his liver, and he essentially overdosed on alcohol, which again, something people are not educated on, but you really drown your organs, you drown everything inside. So I just recommend getting knowledgeable on those things as well. Another thing is alcoholism can start at a young age. People start as young as 13 years old, carrying into middle school, carrying into high school. And when you get to college and you're drinking every single night, that's not something you graduate from. Just because you're in college doesn't mean that you can't be categorized as an alcoholic. So any college students who are watching this, you need to be extremely careful and really balance out your lifestyle. Really, you should be focusing on school and other things. And most people in college are not 21 until they get to the end of their junior, going into their senior year. So if you're not 21, you do not need to be drinking. And if you are 21, please be responsible. Never get behind the wheel when you're drinking. A lot of people have died due to drinking behind the wheel. So you really need to sober up before you put that seatbelt on, and be aware of those on the road. If you're driving and you see somebody who is drunk on the road, make sure you call 911 and inform them of a wild driver on the loose. You could be saving your life, their life, or another person's life. So be a lifesaver, be a life preserver, stay away from alcohol, and just really experience the goodness of life without relying on a substance to do so. Thank you.